On a sunny summer afternoon, Captain Richard expertly navigated his yacht, the Aura Lux, for the anniversary celebration of a wealthy, somewhat snobbish couple. The yacht gleamed with marble floors, elegant furnishings, and top-tier amenities showcasing its opulent charm. Captain Richard, a seasoned sailor known for a daring solo voyage through the Arctic Circle, exuded quiet authority. Approaching retirement, Richard had transitioned to working with a private yacht company, preferring the calm of smaller tours to the chaos of large-scale voyages. Despite the luxury surrounding him, he remained grounded, finding satisfaction in the simple pleasures of his craft and the serene sea. Captain Richard, unwavering in his commitment, spared no effort in perfecting every detail of the special day, driven by his deep dedication to his guests' enjoyment and safety. The couple's request for a celebratory voyage to Italy was handled with precision and care. Ethan, the husband, exuded arrogance with his dismissive remarks, making even casual conversation feel like a rare privilege. The yacht's crew, well-trained in handling his disdain, moved with practiced efficiency, unaffected by his airs. Laura, Ethan's wife, delighted in an exclusive wine-tasting class, marking their 10th anniversary with a bespoke experience that deepened her love for fine wines. Ethan was enjoying a perfect afternoon. The yacht's gentle, rocking, and serene surroundings created a tranquil scene. Everything seemed ideal until the captain's voice cut through the calm. All guests, please make your way to your cabins and lock the doors. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. The crowd was stunned by the sudden, shocking announcement. In an instant, the peaceful atmosphere turned to confusion and anxiety. What could have prompted the captain to make such an urgent call? Just then, 3 boats appeared on the horizon, racing toward the yacht at an unsettling speed. The distant hum of their engines grew louder, sending a wave of tension through the air as they approached with alarming urgency. Their rapid approach shattered the calm and disrupted the peaceful atmosphere. What at first seemed like casual sightseers quickly turned into a troubling threat. Captain Richard, a seasoned sailor renowned for his calm demeanor, took charge immediately. Richard's worst fears were confirmed in that chilling moment. These were not ordinary speedboats. They were manned by armed pirates, their menacing presence turning what had been a serene voyage into an immediate threat. The crew, initially caught off guard, quickly sprang into action. They rushed through corridors and up stairwells with urgency, working together to handle the threat. Amid the chaos, Captain Richard's calm presence became a stabilizing force. His experience and training shone through as he guided the crew and passengers with authority. Meanwhile, the staff moved with urgency and purpose. Their training and experience pushed to the limit as they worked to address the escalating threat. The crew and passengers, their faces marked by fear, moved frantically as the captain's mind raced with the seriousness of the situation. Each corner Captain Richard turned brought him closer to the command center, where he hoped to devise a strategy to regain control. His mind was a storm of concern for everyone on board, as the dangerous confrontation loomed larger, threatening to engulf them all. Understanding the urgency, Captain Richard knew that every decision he made in the next few minutes could determine their fate. Without hesitation, he barked orders to the crew, initiating evasive maneuvers to steer the yacht away from the approaching threat. For a brief moment, it seemed as if the yacht was successfully distancing itself from the boats. Hope flickered as they maneuvered skillfully, trying to outwit the pirates. But that fleeting hope was abruptly shattered when another boat appeared on the horizon. The new boat sped toward them with terrifying speed, slicing through the waves and producing a deep, throbbing engine noise that grew louder by the second. It barreled directly at the yacht, and with a bone-jarring crash, it slammed into the side of the yacht, causing the yacht to shudder violently from stem to stern. Captain Richard remained steadfast, his heroic nature shining through as he saw pirates leaping from their boat, brandishing grappling hooks and ropes. His resolve never wavered. He was determined to protect his crew and yacht against the imminent threat. Their presence was threatening, and their intent was unmistakable. They were here to seize control of the yacht. He quickly sprang into action, knowing the next moments were critical. He turned sharply, signaling urgently to the crew and issuing an emergency announcement over the yacht's intercom system. His voice rang through the yacht, instructing all passengers to find shelter and lock their doors. The thought of pirates encountering unprotected crew members or passengers filled him with dread. To prevent further panic or danger, he ordered the yacht's engines to be shut down, leaving the yacht adrift and vulnerable. As the crew and passengers scrambled to follow his orders, the pirates, armed with AK-47s and wearing grim expressions, boarded the yacht with unsettling precision. Their approach was methodical and intimidating, though their ranks showed signs of disarray. Each pirate moved with determination, scanning the luxurious interior for valuables. The once serene environment of the Aura Lux was now a hive of fear and chaos, overrun with aggressive intruders. Leading the operation was Air, a hefty man whose imposing presence and ruthless demeanor commanded immediate respect and fear from his crew. Air's cold, calculating eyes scanned the yacht's opulent surroundings with a sense of entitlement. His leadership style was harsh. He issued orders with a brutal, authoritative tone, ensuring his crew remained focused on their looting mission. Air conducted his search with ruthless efficiency, systematically inspecting every corner of the yacht for hidden treasures. Air's confidence in his plan was clear, but so was his deep mistrust of his own crew. As he prowled the yacht's luxurious corridors and staterooms, his determination was palpable. He was intent on finding every last piece of valuable loot, his eyes gleaming with greed. His disorganization was masked by a fierce drive and brutal efficiency, making him a formidable adversary. It was evident that the Aura Lux was now under the control of a dangerous criminal mastermind. Meanwhile, Ethan retreated to the control room, obsessively monitoring the situation through surveillance cameras. His focus on the screens left him oblivious to the unfolding drama. Captain Richard, ever vigilant, saw a flicker of hope as the pirates began to split up. This division might offer a chance for a counterattack. With his keen eyes and strategic mind, Richard seized the moment, determined to turn the tide in their favor. Though the situation was dire, Richard's calm and composed attitude inspired confidence. He knew that this was his opportunity to protect his guests and uphold his role as the heroic captain, ready to act decisively. With quick thinking, he assembled a small team and briefed them on his plan to regain control of the yacht. The pirates on deck grew uneasy in the eerie silence that followed the engine shutdown. The yacht's stillness disoriented them, and their lack of experience with such a large yacht left them feeling lost and vulnerable. Captain Richard set a trap using non-lethal equipment and prepared for a confrontation. Taking his position on the deck, he acted as if he were a calm and composed guest. As two pirates approached with their weapons hanging loosely, the team executed the plan with precision. A large net dropped from above, unexpectedly trapping the pirates before they could react. Captain Richard then returned to the control room, taking extra precautions to jam all communication devices to prevent any word of their success from reaching Air and disrupting their plans. Watching these surveillance screens, he saw Air and his remaining crew moving through the yacht's corridors with mounting frustration. Air's experienced eyes and commanding presence made him a formidable opponent. The captain decided it was time to confront him directly. The plan depended on his ability to distract Air and buy time for his team. As he approached Air, the tension on board heightened. Initially surprised, Air and his crew eyed Captain Richard with a mix of curiosity and suspicion. The captain remained calm, offering to show Air the yacht's most valuable cargo to divert his attention. Intrigued but cautious, Air agreed to follow him. They proceeded to an unremarkable cargo area where Captain Richard had set up the final stage of his plan. Meanwhile, Ethan watched everything through the CCTV. Just as the pirates focused on a crate of expensive jewelry, one of the restrained pirates managed to free himself and triggered a hidden alarm. The yacht's lights began flashing erratically, and a blaring siren cut through the silence, creating chaos. Air, realizing something was wrong, rushed back to the control room, leaving his men exposed and vulnerable. Seizing the opportunity, Captain Richard swiftly sent a beer tumbling into a storage space. Captain Richard swiftly covered the space hatch with a rug, hiding a beer from view as a beer vanished from sight. The team sprang into immediate action, their focus shifting to the unfolding crisis. The remaining pirates, thrown into disarray by the sudden appearance of the crew, were quickly subdued. Their confusion and the crew's efficiency made restraining them a swift task. One burly pirate attempted to attack, but lost his balance and fell into flour sacks, emerging with a ghostly white face. Another tried to escape using the rigging, only to get entangled in the ropes, flailing helplessly. A third attempted to flee over a barrel, but it rolled away, sending him crashing into crates. Amid the chaos, a cannon misfired, sending a harmless puff of smoke into the air, adding to the spectacle. Despite the mayhem, the crew gained full control. The pirates, now thoroughly embarrassed, were left to reflect on their failed rebellion. However, just as calm returned, a new threat emerged. Someone from within had been helping the pirates. A saboteur had been secretly compromising the yacht systems to aid the attackers. Captain Richard, determined to eliminate this threat, launched an immediate investigation. With Ethan, they examined surveillance footage and gathered witness accounts. Their efforts led to the discovery of a crew member tampering with systems. The saboteur was quickly apprehended and secured, preventing further damage. The team worked diligently to restore the yacht systems and confirm no further interference had occurred. Once these security protocols were confirmed stable, Captain Richard conducted a full sweep of the yacht, inspecting every section for hidden dangers. His methodical checks, especially of entry points, highlighted his dedication and precision. As he escorted Ethan to Laura's cabin, the captain's composed manner reassured him. Ethan opened the door to find Laura safe. The relief in her eyes mirrored Ethan's own. He explained that the danger had passed and the yacht was secure. With the threat contained, Captain Richard felt a wave of accomplishment. The vessel regained its serenity, gently swaying once more on the open sea. Crew and passengers slowly relaxed, their expressions softening as peace returned to the Aura Lux. On deck, the first glimpse of a Coast Guard cutter shimmered on the horizon through the golden haze of sunset. Its approach brought immense relief to all aboard. As it neared, the captain prepared to hand over the situation, feeling the heavy burden of command begin to lift. When the Coast Guard boarded, they were met with cheers and gratitude. Captain Richard led them to the pirates and the saboteur, now under secure watch. The officers took over with practiced efficiency, documenting events and questioning suspects as the sun dipped lower, casting a warm light over the calm sea. What had been a scene of chaos was now one of order. The captain finally exhaled, his tension dissipating. Ethan embraced Laura, deeply grateful for her safety and the strength they'd found together. Their perception of the crew had shifted from indifference to admiration. They now saw the crew's efforts as vital, especially Captain Richard's leadership. Their anniversary had transformed into a dramatic ordeal, but also a moment of growth. Standing side by side, they reflected on the day's events, now grateful for calm after the storm. As the immediate danger passed, Captain Richard finally realized the extent of his success in saving everyone on board. His sharp instincts and well-honed methods had proven their worth, showcasing that his extensive training was more than just experience. It was his lifeline in critical moments. With the threat averted, a sense of relief washed over him. The tension that had gripped him eased, allowing his thoughts to return to simpler pleasures. He found solace in envisioning his return home, where he could reunite with his children and enjoy the quiet satisfaction of a job well done.